Good morning.
Professor Sudanta Liyanage, Vice Chancellor of the University of Sri Javardhanapura.
Dr. K.M.C. Konthasinghe, Dean, Faculty of Engineering, University of Sri Javardhanapura, all heads of the 5 departments, academic staff, members of the Faculty of Engineering, Deputy Registrar, Student Welfare, University of Sri Javardhanapura, Proctor, University of Sri Javardhanapura, non-academic staff of the Faculty of Engineering, dear parents and students. First of all, let me thank the organizers of the Engineering Undergraduates Intake 2021 of the University of Sri Javardhanapura for inviting me here as the President of the Institution of Engineers Sri Lanka. Actually, this brings me a lot of memories in my life. Becoming an engineer is not an easy task, but you have already accomplished one of the most difficult hurdles in the long run, which is the GCE Advanced Level Examination. You all are among the highest mark obtained students in physical science stream. You are among the best and the brightest. GCE A-level qualification is a must when becoming an engineer. I am not sure whether you all are having heard about IESL or the Institution of Engineers Sri Lanka. Some of you might have heard and some of you might not. Those you have not heard of IESL must be wondering what is IESL and why should we bothered about it. Let me put your minds at ease. IESL is the premier engineering body in Sri Lanka, which is incorporated under Parliament Act number 17 of 1968, which was amended under Act number 3 of 1996, which have the full power for the advancement of the engineering profession and the practice of engineering and engineering education. Therefore, all engineers in this country must keep a good relationship with the IESL. From the university, when you are graduated, you will receive the basic educational qualification required to become an engineer. But you must understand that educational qualification alone does not make you a good engineer. You need to be professional. That is where IESL comes into picture. We, IESL, help you to build your professional career. In IESL, there is a membership hierarchy. First, while you are in your undergraduate courses, you can join the institution as a student member. Once you graduate from your course, you will be automatically upgraded to associate membership depending on the recognition of your engineering degree program. Obtaining the required recognition for the degree program in time is up to your university authorities. From there onwards, you can practice engineering in this country within the capacity of an engineer. After gaining enough experience and sitting for the professional review examination, you can become a chartered engineer. This process takes some time, namely minimum 48 months after your graduation. You have to acquire enough experience to apply for the professional review. Being a chartered engineer, upgrade your membership in the institution to the status of a corporate member. Thereafter, you can become a fellow international professional engineer, honorary member, honorary fellow, depending on your years of experience as an engineer and meeting few other additional criteria. IESL will guide you groom you and assist you in all these activities. In this regard, IESL conducts various continuous professional development courses on various engineering related subjects and topics. You can follow these short-term courses to improve your knowledge of practical implications and get to know the latest trends in your respective engineering disciplines. Here I would like to touch a little bit into the Engineering Council of Sri Lanka, or the ECSL. Engineering Council was established in 2018, which was incorporated under Parliament Act number 4 of 2017 as the regulatory body of not only the engineering profession but also other professions directly related to engineering related works such as technologists and technicians too. With the establishment of the ECSL, there is an important point that you all should keep in mind. According to the ECSL Act, if you intend to practice engineering in the country within the capacity of an engineer, you must register under ECSL. At the moment, chartered engineers, associate engineers and affiliate engineers are registered through the IESL. That means you must become a member of the IESL and be in the active role to be registered under ECSL. It is now illegal to practice engineering in the country without having ECSL registration, and thereby the membership of IESL for the said three categories of engineers. One more thing I would like to highlight here is that even though you obtain a first class degree and pass the professional review and become a chartered engineer, you still have to follow the code of ethics. As engineers, there are a set of guidelines prepared by the IESL for engineers to follow. There are simply moral values you should practice as engineers. It is sad to mention that these values are gradually decreasing among engineering community in the country. So it is better for you to get an idea of this while you are studying and incorporate these into your practices. Violation of any of these ethics is liable for punishment. You can check this code of ethics from IESL websites. Also, being an engineer is not just a person who design a bridge, a highway or dam, or involved in construction work. He or she must have a good understanding of the economy and the current issues prevailing in the country. As a professional engineer, it is our duty to contribute to the national development. In this regard, sometimes we might have to convince the authorities if proposed projects have adverse effects or detrimental to the national economy or social benefits of the country. For an example, engineering fraternity did a great job in free trade agreement signed by the previous government, and very recently the development of East Container Terminal of Colombo Harbour. Therefore, you have to be open-minded and be learned about the things going around in the country and contribute to the national development wherever possible. Also, there is a social responsibility as a beginner. You should never forget. We all live in the same society and the engineer is no exception. You must serve the society and do your duty. Especially during this COVID situation, many of our engineers contributed in various activities to the fight against the pandemic situation. You might have seen some of the activities done by engineers in this regard through national news and social media. If I mention some of these activities, the renovation of IDH, ICU unit, ventilators and manufacturing, and there was a huge wave of inventions and innovations started due to COVID situation. So always keep in your mind responsibilities to the society and to the community from your side. So finally, I would like to thank again the organizing committee for giving me this opportunity to address this gathering. For all the fresh undergraduates, the message I would like to give is that study hard, enjoy the university life. When you become an engineer, your professionalism is measured not only by how good your designs are, but also how ethical you are. Wish you all the best in your future studies. Thank you very much.